Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. As always, it's great to have you here. If you've been following us for a while, we typically receive fresh insurance registration data for some of the most exciting electric vehicle EV stocks out there, especially NIO. However, this week brought an unexpected twist. Based on reports from CN Post, Li Auto was prevented from sharing this data, making CN Post the only source that disclosed insurance registrations for Li Auto alone. Apparently, the China Association of Automobile Manufacturers (CAAM) has put a stop to the publication of these weekly insurance registration figures. But despite that, we were still able to obtain some data, thanks to other sources that are still distributing these numbers. So, let's dive into the latest figures and break down what they mean for NIO, Li Auto, XPENG, and the broader EV market in China. First off, for the week ending March 23rd, NIO recorded total insurance registrations of 3,600 vehicles. These numbers break down as follows. 2,400 vehicles were from NIO's main lineup, while an additional 1,200 registrations came from the ONVO L60 model. These figures provide us with a clear look into NIO's performance in the third week of March. Comparing these figures with competitors, Li Auto led the pack with 8,600 registrations, followed closely by XPENG at 7,500. Next in line, we had Gimi at 6,600, Zeekr at 3K, and, as mentioned earlier, NIO at 2,400, with ONVO contributing 1,200 to NIO's total. Now, as I pointed out earlier, one of the most significant developments in this space is that CN Post has ceased publishing insurance registration figures. They were reportedly directed to halt sharing this data, which raises questions about the transparency of these numbers moving forward. Li Auto, which was previously sharing these figures openly, has now decided to only disclose its own registration numbers. This change is worth noting, as it might indicate a broader shift in how registration data is reported. While this news may concern some investors and EV enthusiasts who rely on these weekly updates to gauge market trends, we must remember that other sources are still sharing this information for now. However, if this trend continues, we might soon see all sources being restricted from releasing weekly insurance registration numbers. So, what does this mean for NIO? Well, for March, NIO has projected that it will deliver between 14K and 16K vehicles. This guidance was provided during their Q4 earnings report, in which they estimated total Q1 deliveries to be in the range of 41K to 43K. Given the deliveries recorded in January and February, this means that NIO is expected to hit somewhere within the 14K to 16K range in March to stay on track. With 3,600 registrations already recorded for the past week, we can reasonably expect that NIO may end up with a total of over 15K deliveries by the end of March. This would align with their guidance and reflect solid performance, despite the various challenges facing the EV market. Of course, it's essential that NIO stays within this delivery range because missing their projections could negatively impact investor confidence. It's worth noting that while hitting the lower end of the 14K range would be acceptable, exceeding 16K would be even better. That would reinforce the idea that NIO is gaining momentum and performing well despite economic pressures and increased competition. Investors will be closely watching these numbers as NIO reports its final March delivery figures. The lack of transparency in insurance registrations has sparked debates among EV enthusiasts and investors. Some people prefer weekly insurance registrations because they provide a near real-time look at sales trends. Others argue that these figures are often inaccurate or misleading. Even NIO itself has expressed dissatisfaction with how these numbers are reported, citing potential discrepancies. One reason for this dissatisfaction is that insurance registrations do not always perfectly align with actual vehicle deliveries. Some vehicles might be registered for insurance before they are officially counted as delivered. Because of this, NIO has been careful not to rely too heavily on these figures and instead focuses on its official monthly delivery reports. That being said, insurance registration data still gives us a solid preview of what to expect when official delivery numbers are released. For those who enjoy tracking the EV market closely, these numbers serve as an important indicator of how companies are performing week by week. Looking ahead, NIO remains confident in its ability to increase sales and meet its annual targets. During the Q4 earnings call, NIO's CEO reiterated that the company still aims to double its sales this year. This ambitious goal suggests that we could see even stronger performance from April onward. A major factor in NIO's future success will be the launch of its new models, including the ET9. This luxury sedan is generating a lot of excitement, especially as test drives begin across China. Early reviews suggest that the ET9's suspension system is among the best in the industry, setting it apart from competitors. Now, we shouldn't expect the ET9 to contribute significantly to sales numbers in the short term because it is NIO's most expensive model. However, if it can achieve monthly deliveries of around 2K to 3K units, that would still be considered a strong performance for such a high-end vehicle. As for other upcoming models, ONVO's L60 is another key vehicle to watch. With 1 in 200 insurance registrations recorded last week, it's already showing potential. If demand for this model continues to grow, it could become a vital part of NIO's broader sales strategy. So, where does all of this leave us? Well, despite the uncertainty surrounding the release of insurance registration data, we still have some key takeaways. NIO recorded 3,600 insurance registrations for the past week, putting them on track to reach between 14K and 16K deliveries for March. Li Auto led the pack with 8,600 registrations, while XPENG, Jimmy, and Zeekr also recorded strong numbers. The suspension of weekly insurance registration reporting by CN Post raises questions about the transparency of future sales data. NIO remains focused on increasing its overall sales and aims to double deliveries this year. The ET9 and ONVO L60 are two models to watch closely as they begin to contribute more significantly to sales figures. With all of this in mind, we'll be keeping a close eye on how things develop in the coming weeks. If NIO manages to stay within or exceed its guidance, it could provide a strong boost to investor confidence and set the stage for an even stronger second quarter. What do you think about the recent insurance registration numbers? Are you optimistic about NIO's ability to meet its delivery targets? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more stock predictions and market insights. Remember to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Happy investing, and see you in the next